everybody, welcome back to the channel.
Hey guys, welcome.
Welcome back to the channel. We're back.
We haven't posted before. Hey guys, my name's Chloe.
I'm Freya.
I'm Alexander.
I'm Adam.
And this is how to make a song with people you don't know. So pretty much this YouTube video is going to be us walking you through the process of writing and creating a song with people you don't know. We're just going to give you some tips and like document the process and talk about how it went pretty much. Let's just start from the beginning. How did we meet? How
We
like
were forced in a room together.
That's so true.
honestly, yeah. We
A little bit.
You guys approached us.
We did. Because
we were
the
just
thing
too,
was...
we were too awkward just to go up to anyone.
Yeah.
We're producers.
And
We're at uni right now, and we decided to make a song together. We'd never met each other before. Let's just talk about how you got the idea to start the song, and you know, like the beginnings of it. How did it come about?
you guys really started.
Yeah, we
this
started
one.
with a sample that Adam found, a vocal sample from Splice that we chopped up and built the song off that. So we came up with chords and then just added all this percussion and then added some guitars on top and then vocals at the end. So that's really how we built it.
That was very summed up.
Yeah, it was like really summarized. I was like, that's sick.
And then it was just asking, like, working with an actual performer and the vocalist and a songwriter all in one. It's like we had to ask the right questions, you know, like what key do you sing in, what's your structure that you like and everything like that, you know. And then it was actually laying down vocal tracks, which was kind of new to us as well.
Yeah.
But it was an experience, and you know, we've gotten close over time. And, yeah, it's
Have we?
it's all fun games.
Yeah,
I am wearing your sunnies today, so yeah.
And
But
then I
it's not,
guess...
it's not as daunting working with strangers. It's like we kind of learn. I mean, I learned a lot from this project and everything like that. Like what I'm capable of, what I can do. You know, learn how to mix vocals properly now. So yeah.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
it's just like opening opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you guys do when you want to start a song and, you know, like you have no ideas? Like, how do you just start from nothing?
Reference tracks help. Having a bit of a point where you can sort of guide your track. But also scrolling through Splice, scrolling through samples, but still trying to come up with your own stuff, not just copying it straight off Splice. But it's good to get ideas if you ever start going Splice. Or listen to other people's music, yeah?
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
I always find going for a walk and just listening to like my genre, it helps. And then just sort of imagining melodies and then just writing down notes on like how I'm going to build it, everything like that, how fast I want it to be. Sometimes it's even building a melody on guitar and then just transferring that melody into another instrument of some sort. Then might just be building a drum beat and just find something that goes along with it. It's just trial and error.
Yeah. In terms, like, I think for this project, we started the song with production, but for us as songwriters, so we forgot to introduce like what we do. So Freya and I are singers, songwriters, and you guys are producers.
Yes.
Alex and Adam.
Alex and Alexander.
Alex
He actually does remember
Alex
my
and
name.
No,
Adam.
I
Alex
know
and
the
Adam.
name. Shut up.
What is it?
Adam.
Yeah, I thought
It was
so.
so funny if you said Alex just like...
Yeah, so they're producers and they do mixing, mastering, recording, all that stuff. And then we are normally like the ones who like start our songs ourselves and like write them ourselves. But in the like collaboration process with working with producers, we thought it would be cool to like take a different approach, and we started like almost with the production like and first before we wrote the song completely. So the production and the songwriting were hand in hand, and it's cool if you like are stuck like as singer-songwriters on your own to just like branch out and like work with people you've never met before, because it just like helps inspire ideas, and you can like, you know, you have double the amount of ideas and all that stuff when you're working with other people as well. So
Well, to be fair, I never saw Freya sort of struggle with lyrics. Like she was.
lyrics I feel like is probably the easiest part to kind of like whip out in songwriting, for me at the very least. Because like I find I often struggle like chord based, like I know what I want the chords to sound like and I have no fucking clue what those chords are. Like I'll be like so close, and I'll often have people be like, oh, you know, you're playing like a D flat when you should be playing like a D minor. It's like, okay, well, close but no cigar, so it sounds kind of like whack. So for the purposes of time, just for me, in terms of starting with production and having that baseline of this is what the music is, now put your melody and lyrics over the top. It was like, well, that's sweet. That's easy. That's the easiest part for me.
Yeah, so exactly. Like, it's good to work with people whose strengths are your weaknesses. Like, for us, we don't know how to produce anything. We don't know how to, like, create songs and, like, interesting chords. Like, yeah, we know how to, like, play basic chords, but it's just, like, cool when you can work with people who are strong at things that you're not good at. And obviously they can't sing, so they, like, benefit. I know that.
I've heard you sing the song a few times as we're recording it, and I wouldn't say that you'd want to do vocals on the song necessarily.
Bass lines maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously it's beneficial for them as well. Once you, like, got the basic idea, what happened with the structure and, like, how did you get the idea for the lyrics and stuff?
You let me take it?
Yeah.
Well, the way we started off is, and the way I started off, and that's how we did it, is I did a loop first, and I've had all the elements in, chords, all the drums. So from that loop, we built out a track. Obviously, I structured something up that I thought was okay, and then we got the vocals in, and once we had the vocals in, then we structured it up to work out where we're going to have choruses, verses, and stuff like that. And that's how we really came up with the structure. We didn't really think too much, we really need this.
It wasn't until like the last 2 weeks we said, all right, we need our intro, outro, bridge, chorus, everything.
Whatever sounded right is where we went. There's no clear rules or anything you need to follow when structuring a song. Whatever sounds right, you need to do.
Yeah. I feel like that is the chorus. Like
that's what I feel like.
And then these are like the verses.
Yeah, that's what I thought before, but then I was like...
And how did you, like, come up with the lyrics and stuff?
Well, like, ridiculously, when we first came in, we were, like, really starting very basic sort of stuff. I was like, I kind of want to write a song about, like, when you're in, like, any kind of relationship with someone, whether it's romantic or whether it's, like, a friendship, and that sort of shit is, like, I give so much to you, but the second you get criticism, you're, like, an ass about it. So when we had the song all together, I had already come up with a bit of a melody, but I wasn't really sure where I was heading with lyrics fully. I had, like, ideas written down, but I wasn't certain on any of them. And then I came in and we had a second, like, vocal, like, splice sample that we'd taken. That was like, da, 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 which was pretty much what I had, but not quite the same. And I was like, you know what? That sounds really good, and that kind of fits with the idea that I'm sitting with. So then it just kind of came together, and I was able to alter the, like, bits and chunks of lyrics that I'd written down while thinking about this concept to just make a full song.
Let's talk about the recording process and how that sort of happened, and, like, how singers can, like, work well with producers and how producers can work well with artists. As artists, something that I think is really important when, like, you go into the studio to, like, record vocals is to make sure that you're prepared, firstly. Like,
it's all about communication.
Communication, yeah. If you're, like, you know, prepared, you've got your lyrics and everything, then everything can, like, run a lot smoother. But I think for us, because we were songwriting at the same time as we were recording, it sort of was a bit back and forth. But it's important to be able to have that communication with the producer so you have the flexibility to do that. Also, another thing that's, like, super important when you're recording vocals is to bring the energy, like, to a different level when you're singing, because it's hard for people to hear emotion just from your voice.
Well,
so you almost have to exaggerate it to, like, get the point across.
A huge part of performing live is, like, body movement, facial movement, like, all of the shit that you would use to communicate how you feel when you're talking to someone is what you do on stage, but, like, 10 times exaggerated. That doesn't communicate through just audio, so you have to, like, really hit the points of the song that you want to hit through your voice very aggressively, which I think our chorus took me, like, 15 takes at the very least, just because I would, like, hit it in one area and not hit it in another.
Yeah, because, like, they're telling you, like, at this point, just bring it up a bit.
Because it's, like, it's hard. You're like, but I'm putting energy into it the way I would perform it. And it's like, yep, but I can't hear that. I can see that, but I can't hear that. So
the vocals as well need to be, like, dynamically louder, and just...
When you say dynamically louder, like, her vocals need to be louder, or the mixing needs to be louder?
Like, she needs to sing with more energy. pretty much. And more layers in the production.
She needs to sing with more energy. She's been
Freya.
More energy.
really
Freya.
boring
Freya, no.
and flat, and
Freya.
it's just
falling
really hard
asleep
to watch to
here.
You're
listen
doing a
to.
great job, sweetie.
I know what you mean. It just sounds so funny.
I'm
She needs to sing with more
sorry.
energy.
I'm falling asleep here.
No. So what are some things that you guys think could be helpful for other producers when working with artists, just like tips and tricks to, yeah.
I think that's a very subjective question, like, because everyone works at different paces, everything. I think the way we worked is we just had something ready, and we just said, all right, tell us what you think about this, what can we change, what can we do for you. Like, we was more catering to the vocals at first, and then we did all the structuring later on. So it's like, we literally said, hop in the booth, hum some things, and then let's get lyrics down later. Like, at least we've got some structure down. Yeah, it's just working at your own pace. Like, just have things prepared, like, even in your own time. Make songs that you probably would never make, and then if you're ever going to take it to someone else, say, hey, I've been making this, what do you think of it? It's just, yeah, just be prepared.
Yeah, because we came in with like, these two had all sorts of different ideas that they'd been working on themselves, and I was like, this is what I think I could sing / write to, which was very helpful.
Yeah, the first big question I ask is, what key do you sing, and where to find our chord progressions?
Yeah.
And that's the easy part afterwards.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about some specific DAW and like plug-in techniques and like stuff that you used?
So what we did is we used most of the plugins and added all our effects towards the end. Main thing was getting the song down, having the vocals there, and then being able to add effects, chop stuff up. So a few of the techniques we used, I used parallel compression to increase a few of the sounds and make stuff stand out. So if the kick, when I was listening to the kick after we mixed it, the kick was, you couldn't hear it too well, so the top end was missing a bit. So I added the parallel compression, which is with a glue compressor through a return track. And then you can hear the kick punch a bit more through the mix. Then with the vocals, we added a few plugins like CLA vocals and a few reverb plugins and delays. Adam used technique. What was that technique called with the
EQ?
With the EQ, what was the telephone effect? So a few other things like that. What else? With your guitars as well. Adam put a few effects on his guitars.
Just sort of match the context of the song. It's all about just like it's gonna sound bad at first. Get your techniques down. Like, if you're gonna add like a delayed vocal, put it in there in a separate track, then do your effects later, and then you'll hear what you're going for. Or even just like experiment it with something like that. Like, if with the chorus you've got the main line, then you got like a second half of it going just one after the other. It's just all about just putting it there. It's not going to sound like what you want it to at first, and then do your effects later. But yeah, it's the mixing part is always the most difficult, like getting everything to sound balanced. What does this need? What does that need? And then you end up with just a big messy DAW session of just like compressors, EQs, and then once you have everything sounding right, that's when it's very rewarding in the end.
So the song will be linked below. You guys can take a listen to it. It's on our YouTube channel as well. What is the song called?
It's called Never
Never Leave
Me.
Me.
Is what we've gone with.
Yeah, the song's called Never Leave Me. I can't believe I didn't know that. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we hope you like the song. We'll see you soon.